I want to just take a few minutes with you and talk about, I'm the author of The Herbal Kitchen. And so I'm all about herbalizing your kitchen and having that really be a central part of how herbalism comes alive in your life. And I want to talk about one of the most simple herbal kitchen hacks that I have just heard hundreds of stories over the last 25, 30 years of students, clients, of people just saying, wow, that was so simple. And that not only that just changed the center of gravity in my household. And I even had I had a student who was a clinical herbalist, and so she knew all the herbs. She felt comfortable taking care of herself, her family, clients, and she was, she knew a lot. And when I showed her, when she implemented this hack that I'm going to show you, she came back to me and she was just like, I know a lot, but it doesn't mean the people around me know a lot. It doesn't mean that my kids and my family know a lot. And by doing this one thing, it really helped the people in my life and my family to start engaging with herbs more, start interacting more. It gave us more of a chance to have a conversation, because who cares if I know a lot if I can't pass that on to my family? And so we are going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the most simple thing that can help you get medicinal herbs into every meal. And that really is one of the main things that I teach, is how to really make sure you have enough kitchen staples, enough seasonal staples, so filled with herbs, so that when you sit down to eat, you are herbalizing your food. You are bringing the depth of nutrition, the depth of digestive support, and everything that all of the carminative herbs can do for you when you eat them. Okay, so this is really easy. You might be like, that's too easy. What you want to do is make herbal salt. Most people eat salt every day, right? And so if you're going to eat salt, you might as well eat herbal salt. And so I get this question a lot. Well, is herbal salt good for you? How is herbal salt good for you? And the first thing is you want to make sure you're using the best salt. We're not using table salt, which is sodium chloride, which is when you go to the restaurant, you might be, when you go out to eat, you're getting sodium chloride, which is not salt. It's all the minerals have been stripped away, and sodium chloride causes inflammation, heart disease. It's not good for you. So you want to make sure you're using good salt. I use Himalayan salt, pink salt, and I also use Eden sea salt. Okay, so this is hand harvested French Celtic salt. There's lots of different kinds of good salts, but the difference is they're not stripped down to just sodium chloride, right? They're full of minerals. It's a healing modality. So the thing is if you're going to eat salt, and so you want it to be good salt. And the other thing, if you're going to eat salt, eat herbal salt. So simple, but just like, so let me show you. So like I have on my table, let's see, let me show you this. I always have a Lazy Susan, and let me just get organized. And on my Lazy Susan on our kitchen table, I have more than one kind of salt, right? And so there's a lot of herbs that you can make herbal salt with that are amazing. So the one thing you want to be aware of is that when you make your herbal salt, you really want your herbs finely powdered. So that's the first thing. So like, you can powder up like coriander and cumin, but if most of the home blenders you're not going to get super fine. So this is one situation where I will order a powdered herb instead of powdering it myself. Like the more dense seeds and roots and things like that, I will order them pre-powdered so that they're super fine. Okay. But then there's things like basil, oregano, thyme that you can powder yourself in just a blender and get them finely powdered. Okay, so let's see, like this one right here. Let me see, what do we got here? This is a rosemary salt. And so what it is, it's half good salt and half finely powdered herb. Ta-da! And so I've got thyme salt, half thyme. And so I'm going to just show you how I do this. So you order salt shakers. And so we're going beyond salt and pepper here, right? So let's just increase our havingness and put a little bit more on the table than salt and pepper, okay? So very, very simple. And so there's so many good salts you can make. So I love coriander salt, half powdered, finely powdered, remember? Finely powdered coriander salt. and finely powdered coriander and half salt. And again, the reason why we do this is because these herbs, these culinary herbs, are incredible carminatives. They help us to digest our food, and they help us to restore and build the health of our digestive tract, which is huge. You know, we're living with glyphosates, we're living with pesticides, herbicides, all kinds of things. If you take any kind of medication, you're not bad, but it disrupts your gastrointestinal flora, right? And so when you start adding, making sure you have these carminative herbs at every meal, you're building digestive health. And one of the things, there's studies coming out of Yale and Harvard right now showing that there's an increased risk of COVID if you have a disrupted gastrointestinal biome. Okay, so one of the things you can do is to really make sure you have these carminative herbs in your meals every day to continually build your biome and and support your digestive tract. Super important. Very, very simple. So again, I like coriander salt, thyme salt, rosemary salt, sage salt, and I'm going to show you one that you might not be thinking about, okay? And so Perlev's saying, yes, over-the-counter medications disrupt you. That's what people don't realize, is that any kind of medication, whether it be over-the-counter or prescription, it destroys your gastrointestinal flora and disrupts your gut biome. And again, like I said, there's lots of studies coming out showing that that kind of disrupted biome increases your risk of COVID. And I just really wish that we could have had a national campaign to increase the gross domestic biome, like teach people top 3 things to build your gut biome and reduce your risk of this virus and future viruses, right? Like there's a lot more we could have done. Okay, so this salt is one of my favorite salts. So you've heard of lemon salt, right? But I like to use powdered orange peel. You can't really see how orange this is. So you take your orange peels, you dry them, and then you put them in the blender and you powder them, okay? Or you can order pre-powdered orange peel. And so what you do is you put half, we're gonna fill this up, ooh, half, or ooh, that's a lot of orange peel. That's a little bit more than half. I'm gonna put some back here. And where's my salt? And we're going to do half part salt. And a lot of times what I do is I mix this up in a bowl first so that everything gets mixed together really well. Okay, and so you're going to mix up your salt and your orange peel. And then it's so good on chicken. I like it on tuna. I like it on rice. This is really good on vegetables, all kinds of grains, whatever you know, like you think of like a lemon salt. It's good in marinade. So that is so simple. So what we're doing here is we're taking the herbs and spices out of the back 40 of our spice cabinet, putting it on our kitchen table in the form of herbal salt. This makes an incredible gift. You can buy, salt shakers by the dozen and just get some thyme, grow some thyme or basil. This summer when you have a lot of basil or you have some super abundant harvest, you harvest it, you dry it, you powder it, and you make herbal salt, thyme salt, sage salt. Parsley salt is amazing. So again, what this does is we're trying to make sure that we get medicinal herbs in every meal, okay? And so this is one way, I don't know, do you have non-compliant family members? I do. But this like no brainer, right? So yeah, I do in general. You can change that up. Like if you have people in your family that are like, what is that? You can do 3/4 salt, 1/4 powdered thyme, powdered rosemary, sage, parsley. You can start slow. But I like to do half and half, and you don't end up using more because the herb really potentizes the salt. The herb gives the salt more flavor. It gives the salt more minerals. I love lemon peel. Lemon peel is people don't realize that dried lemon peel also has a mucilaginous quality, and so it's very nourishing and nurturing. It also has the pith in it that has inulin and helps to support your prebiotic, your gut biome. So yeah, you can take your lemon peel with the pith and all, dry it, powder it in the blender, and then do half salt and half lemon. I added Eden sea salt, but you can use any good whole salt, not sodium chloride, but like your red salt. There are a lot of good salts that are intact and they're not processed. They still have all their mineral content. And when you start eating your salt like this, you use less. When you eat a mineralized whole salt and with the herbs, you need less because there's just so much flavor. The orange peel is really good for congestion, stagnation. It's helps your body to it warms up the digestive tract, and really helps your body to process fats actually, and move excess congestion out of the body. Okay, so I make a ginger salt. So I actually put like a quarter of powdered ginger and 3/4 of salt. Like I make a ginger salt, but less, because the ginger is so powerful and so strong. And we put that on our popcorn. Okay, so there you have it. There is this very simple, super rosemary salt it's a great way to just, again, it's about getting your herbs into the center of where you eat and how you eat and what you eat, and infusing the things that you already use, your pantry, your herbal condiments, your condiments and your pantry staples, right? Just all the pantry staples that you use on a daily basis can be infused with herbs. Again, when we talk about salt, we're talking about whole salt or sodium chloride. We all want to get rid of the sodium chloride. That stuff is just not good for you. Okay.